Okay. All right. We go to this side of shaky over here. And this side right here is something different. But hello. Hello, all. My kitten is acting a fool. Um, it's so funny that I always have what I want to say. Then it's like it lights, camera, action. And it just like goes a little bit into the back of my head. But I'm grateful in a lot of ways for it because that's where I'm like, God, you just come through. You please increase and decrease me. Um, Today was a wonderful day. We all know it is the 22nd of March. And man, you talking about waking up like grateful and God speaks to you in ways I thank him a lot. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because having a relationship with him is like the best thing I ever could have did. And I look back over my life. Oh, and I'm gonna try not to cry here, but I look back over my life and I'm just like, man, I'm grateful because usually, I ain't gonna lie, that's one of my, when I'm in worship, when I'm in like just total like sit still with him and just writing a list of even what I'm just so grateful for, it brings me to tears that, you know, I'm here. I'm not gonna cry though. But I'm glad that I actually show emotions and everything from it, and great emotions, not the anger, not the like pissed off, resentment, kind of crazy head stuff. Um, so I was saying to my daughter earlier today that you know, I was giving her a high five because I was saying like God has been speaking to me about like when you start coming into not only like your praise and your adoration, your worship, your love, your trust, your obedience with him, but more so when you start, you know, reading him, reading his scriptures, because I said, Lord, I want to know more of you. I want more of you. There has to be more of you, right? And I heard, and I don't really hear a lot of words from him, but I heard, just read me, read my word, come to my word. And I'm like, wow, okay, maybe that was me thinking it. A little bit later, it came up with for that. So I am grateful in a lot of ways, um, because I'm finding out more and more of who he is by reading who he is. And I find out who I am by reading who he is. You know, a lot of, for us in life, we kind of go all thinking we know ourselves. Like I'm gonna say for me, 41 years old, I know myself. I know myself really well. That's a bull-faced lie. I mean, I would have to move over so like lightning wouldn't strike. But I know for the first time ever in 41 years that I am willing to go through it. Yesterday's title was The Beautiful Struggle, like hashtag beautiful struggle, because there is beauty in your struggle. Everything that we've been through. Hello, I won't say your name on here because I will have to get your permission. But hello, I see you guys on the Instagram side. Um, it's a beautiful struggle that we go through in life to get us where it's like, man. I thought my life was going in one area. However, God was like, nope, I don't want it to be in that area, and it's going something totally different than what I expected to ever be. But I'm grateful in all the ways of it because he does not give up on us. He does not give up on us. You know, he likes when we come to him and just be willing to go through the change and be willing to open up. And in the midst of him opening us up, we're going to go through a struggle. So I don't want you to think that there's no struggle in him, but it's in that struggle that really is like peeling back the onion. You ever try to peel back an onion? You can never really peel it back all beautiful. It comes off and breaks in pieces. It breaks off and it tears and it looks weird and it has like it has like a smell, a teariness. So you're gonna go through the emotions, the crying and all of that stuff from it. And That's what I've been doing. I'm like, God, I just keep being broken, and I'm broken in all these pieces. How you gonna fix me? I'm so broken. I'm all over the place and all of this. But that's what God loves to do. And it's not that you're broken. He needs to get things off of you that cannot come where he needs you to go. So it's in the dealing and it's in that struggle that you're going to find out who you actually are. And you are more than even what you think. A lot of us think that, oh, we're at an age that we can't, be anything than what we were. No, that is false. That is don't think that. You can change and you can have more. You don't have to go by this book of standards. You don't have to go by, oh, my family lineage only allows us to be this. No, that's not true. What do you want to do? Write it down and go in agreement with God for him to do his will in your life. Trust me, a lot of people will get scared when you say, Lord, I'm asking you for this, but it's your will. Yes, we want to pray in his will, but let me tell you, I can tell you evidence for myself. God's will is a whole lot better than ours, much better than ours, because you could be praying that, I'm trying to find something simple, but Lord, please bless me with a place to live. And in your head, your crazy head thinking, I'll be thinking, oh yeah, he's gonna move me into an apartment for me and my kids and blah blah blah. And next thing you know, God is like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna sit you here in this apartment right now, so you can start learning how to save money, so you can learn how to increase your income, so you can go back to school, so you can go and get a better kind of job, or you can go and get a vehicle so you can get back and forth for you and your kids. But while you're doing this over here, thinking that this is all I have for you, watch me build this mansion over here for you, because this is your little rest stop where he needs you to rest in him, so that he can move you into your assignment home for you to go out so people can see exactly who he is through you. And it's an amazing, wonderful thing when you start, like, we want to go to him, and you want to, have your explore your dreams and put them out there. But don't get upset where you're thinking in your head, okay, God, you're going to give me this mansion first versus put me in an apartment. But don't you want to learn in that? Don't you want to learn instructions on how to manage the blessings? Because there are lessons and blessings, and that's the title for today. There are lessons and blessings. God is a blessing God. That's what he do. He does it all the time, and he does it perfectly, wonderfully. You can't complain. But don't you want to learn what needs to be learned within the midst of doing all of that? Don't you want to have where you actually learn what it is you need to do? So you asking him to bless you with a business. So he gives you a business, but you don't know how to manage the business. You don't know how to take care of the business. You don't know how to handle employees. So then your business suffer. But yet you like, I want this business. But you're not willing to go through the struggle of what it takes to actually keep it going. Because you can have a business, but why stop there when God can say, no, I can have you in a company where you can keep on going forth and going forth, where people want to come and work with you. Not for you, with you. I really don't care too much for the term work for you, because I don't want to put self in it. So I'm trying to find the right word. So God, you got to help me on this. I personally do not like self in it. I don't like the term of work for you. I believe we need to work with one another, especially if I own a business and I hire someone into it. It doesn't mean, yes, you work for me. No, let's work together, because as you helping me increase my business, you tell me what it is you need to be done doing, what your dreams is, what you want to explore, and I promise you I'm going to help you build that too, because I can't have you working with me and then you're sitting there suffering, but yet my company is blooming and blossoming going forward. That's not how we got to do it. We all are helping hands to one another and sharpeners, so I cannot have it where you're working for me. No, but I'm blossoming and you're not. Your family is struggling. That's not what we do. We have to work with one another. That's how production is done. That's how harvesting is done. Everybody has to reap. Just because someone is working within your company and working in one aspect area doesn't mean that they can't grow into another area. And more importantly, you want your employees to be where they grow and they outgrow you and go on to be blossoming in other areas. Because that changeover, meaning not only are they going to send someone back into your company, they're going to send more people into whatever product and everything that you're out there and you're selling. So don't be so quick to say, oh, no, 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 I want things my way, or no, you got to do things like that. Be open to take information from people, and especially don't worry about the age, because at one point I had it in my mind that I didn't want to learn from anybody younger than me. But then I had it in my mind, I don't want to learn from anybody who's older than me. So it's like, there's no pleasing you. But the whole thing about it is, I had to break that. I had to ask God to remove that kind of thinking from me, because we want to be able to be where we're in partnerships from the very beginning. A union. A union from the very beginning. When you do that and you partner with people, the lesson and the blessing is you blossom and you grow together. So then when they harvest, you can give people a plot of the land, and watch how in your giving, God blesses you abundantly. Because it's not that, oh, somebody's coming in you and they're trying to take what you're doing. Y'all both can be doing the same exact thing. But God doesn't say, oh, well, I'm going to bless you and not them. No, sometimes God will send people into our lives, and I know this for myself, that'll teach us and help us go in the area, and we teach them and help them go in the area, and they business and they everything blooms and blossom in a way that goes beyond what we even think. So I have to pause for 1 second. I'm going to come back because my daughter needs me, and we all know family comes first. So you guys give me 1 minute and I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that. My daughter was leaving and needed to talk to me. So on the podcast side, I forgot to pause, but it is what it is. So basically what I was saying is, it's a good thing to work with people, not have them work for you, or even you work for someone. You work with them, because God flourishes you. When you pour into others, he pours definitely back into you. I am right now, I can say I'm going in an area where I had to, because the enemy will try to trick you up to not speak on life, not to speak on your blessings. And a lot of the times we'll have it in our head like, don't let me speak it, because if I speak it and everything, it can go the opposite way and everything like that. I don't believe that thing is good. Some things you do move in silence for, don't get me wrong. But then some things I believe you need to speak out, because it's in that somebody can say, when you're saying, oh, I am actually starting a business, a nonprofit, and I am caught up in this kind of area. You never know what kind of information can be given to you from someone who knows somebody who went through that experience, or themselves went through that experience. So we do have to open up our mouths and like basically explain things out, because that's where the help comes from. It comes out of us speaking it out. That's how God will send the right people into us to help us with what needs to be done. So I am grateful. I will always keep saying that. I am grateful in a lot of ways of my life, because even in the breaking, even in the struggle, even in the heart where you think, looking at it, going off of like, dang, you should be down, you shouldn't be doing this. And I had someone say that to me, like, well, how would you think somebody is supposed to move with everything that's going on, like if you go off of the circumstances in the situation? But I'm like, I can't go off of what you think. I got to go off of what God tells me to do and who my God tells me I am. And if I listen to him, I'm good. Because this woman who had trust issues at one point, can trust his word. He's so trustworthy. He's so honest. He's so loving. So I can go off of what he said versus wanting to listen to someone. Because a lot of times they don't do it on purpose. Not everyone does it on purpose of wanting to like stall or hinder you. A lot of the times people may not be sure because they don't know how to go about it themselves. So trust is a big thing. Learn to trust him. I promise you, it's all good. It's all good. Learning to trust him, to be in a trustworthy walk with him. I had my issues. I would be sitting here lying and tell you that I didn't, and tell you I didn't, but I did. And I'm so grateful that it was in the midst of it that he never cast me away. He never said, oh, you don't want to get it right, so I'm going to just leave. No, you show me. I'm the trustworthy man for you. I'm the trustworthy person that's going to open up. I'm going to send myself and be there with you all the time so you can see that it was me, that it wasn't your doing. The only thing I can claim that I honestly did was surrender. And to be honest with you, I surrendered daily, but my first time doing it, I didn't know it. I didn't know what the surrender was and repenting of sins fully, other than just saying it. No, that's one part of it, speaking it out of your mouth, but to fully give it up out of your heart and just say, you know what, I don't want to live like that no more. I don't want to live in the slumps. I was meant to be higher than what I am. I'm not meant to live low. I'm not meant to have a crazy mindset. I'm not meant to be like, okay, this is all I'm going to get. This is all, like, I have a basic job. I have a basic house. I have a basic car. I have a basic, the basics, basically. No, no, no. There's nothing basic about her. One thing I said, like we talked about in December, was the confidence. We serve a confident God. And so I text, some people every morning, and I can't tell you where it came from. I don't know. But anyway, I was saying that we serve a confident God. So if we serve a confident God, why aren't we confident? Why aren't we walking around with our heads held high? My elder, who I had to call earlier this week, that's why I say you got to be ready to like let down some guards and open up, because here it is. I'm at a wonderful foundational church. When I tell you, they preach the scriptures, they preach the word, they preach Jesus. Man, when I tell you, I now as an adult get it for myself, no one having to break it down for me. And if I feel like I did not get it, I have no problem calling someone who can help me with it. And my elder was helping me, earlier this week. Yeah, earlier this week. And she was telling me, because I asked her a question, like basically sometimes I feel like we have to pray for people, even ones who have hurt us. Like I do it, but my old thinking crazy brain was like, I know I have to do this. I know this is something that I have to do. God is nothing but love. So I have to love my enemies like I would love myself, right? But then I was like explaining it to her, like, is that like kind of stupid? And she said no. And it was so weird because I was asking God, like, wow, I almost felt like, man, I trying to explain it out to her. Like I didn't want her to be like, okay, no, you don't think like that, or the man thinking. And she was like, no, let me tell you something. She said it like this, and I'll never forget the words. Sometimes being a Christian, you feel like you're being punked. Sometimes you feel like you're being punked, but you have to, show love. You have to do it, because I was having a little struggle. And for her to say that to me, it took a lot off of me. And I had to say thank you, God, because it was the confirmation that I was asking him for. Because I was like, man, I just was having, how do you pray for your enemies and be okay and good with it? To really like release it and give it to God. Like I was feeling like, man, you must be some naive, stupid girl. And no, that's not how it is. God does not see it like that. And I knew it, but I was so glad that she said it for me, because I was having a conversation with him, and he said it to me, and I knew it. But I wanted it to be where it was like, God, you're telling me this, but I need confirmation. I ask him for confirmation all the time. Don't have a problem with it. because I need to know, is this something that you really, really need me to do? So I'm going to try to do it. No, I'm going to do it. But Lord, I don't know if you really want me to do this, so you're going to have to send some confirmation. And then I'll go speak to someone who, elder, first lady, someone who knows way more than I do. And it's like, okay. Yeah, and I'm like, okay. And I will, just like I explain everything out here for you guys, I explain everything to them too. No problem. I have no problem. This was one of the reasons why I was like, um, I'm not going to change who I am. I'm liking who I am. Actually, I'm loving who I am now. I'm free and open for finding out more of me. You know, strengths, weaknesses, you know, joys, and even downfalls, even, you know, things that we try to be scared of. It's a beautiful struggle for me to know that, man, where I be feeling like I'm struggling, God is like, I'm going to reveal and open up some things to you, but I need you to go through this right now so you'll know that it was me, not you. I need you to go through this because it's clearing some things off and out of you that can't come where I need you to be. I need you to love and trust, and I need you to open up, because that's how you have to be. You can't be about self. You can't be about a doubt. You can't be about a fear. That's not who I am, so you can't be that. So I need you to open up. And that's what we have to do. Be okay with all of the lessons that God is giving you, because there are lessons in the blessings of Him. We serve a wonderful God. If I could go back and just tell you how grateful I am, I could probably be on here and do a 24-hour, 48-hour marathon of it, because I done been through so much, and I'm just so grateful that I get to say and notice my words, been, but I'm still here. Been, and I'm still here. Been, and I'm still here. Been, and I'm still here. Where you think it would have taken me out. Where you think my mind would have been so crazy that I would have took my own self out. Because I was walking around here like, I mean, all over the place. Crazy minded. Like, not caring about anything. Like, it's like, if I die, I die. And now I'm like, no. I'm just so grateful that He didn't cast me away. So you feel like you're going through a struggle in life, give it to Jesus. I promise you. Go through everything you need to go through. And don't be thinking, this God doesn't torment us. He doesn't torture us at all. The enemy, I would like to tell you that, because it's like, stay in sin. One thing about sin is it's sin. It's sin. That's the one thing to always know about sin. Sin is sin. There's no justification in sin or any of that. I did this, but I said this, but no. Sin is sin. Sin is sin. So with God, I love the fact that He came down and His justification is different. I just died for you. So come on into me, because I have life for you. I'm life for you. God has so much more for you. Go through it. Will it be nice? No. Will it be where you sit and hop, skipping, and jumping every day? Sometimes within the day, you're up and then you're down. But God is getting your heart, that needing, that beating, that twisting, that everything, to have you come out finer than gold, finer than rubies, finer than whatever it is that gets you. But better, wholesome, whole, pure, clean. Go through it. I promise you. So go through every part of the lesson you need to go through. Don't be so caught up on when is it going to stop. I heard today the best thing, and I'm a firm believer of it, and you should be too. The best thing you can ever do after you then gave yourself to God and you trust Him now, right? Get to know Him. Get yourself a Bible. Go to a Bible-believing, preaching church. Go where you can actually speak with someone. Get you into Bible study. Ask the questions. Don't just go and sit. I know for myself, I was sitting, but now I will ask. Not every week do I have to, but I will ask. One thing I've learned from my mother is there's no such thing as a dumb question. The only dumb question is the one you don't ask. So ask. We are learning. Even I see it at my church. Even some of the seasoned elders and ministers, you gotta ask a question. You asked it. You want to know the answer, so why not ask? Get you a Bible. Start reading the scriptures, and not only reading them, you'll find that just start living them. Just start walking them out. You start moving and doing things totally different. It's all in this word. Get it. Get it. I promise you'll be totally different. So, I'm going to come off. I just wanted to come in on this side. Well, today I would say it was just like how I normally do. My journal process. Because we all know this is how I kind of started it, as my journal process. So, you guys have a great, wonderful evening. I'll be back on. I don't know when. Tomorrow, but I don't know the time. I just wanted to come on Mondays for the 7 o'clock on the Instagram side, because I'll be getting back to that. So you guys have a wonderful evening. I love you, and I will be back on to talk with you guys soon. Bye now.